President Donald Trump has criticised the New York Times today for running what he calls a fake story on his phone usage. The article relies on anonymous current and former American officials who claim that Trump has a third iPhone not modified by the NSA. The newspaper further uses anonymous sources to claim that China and Russia are listening in on the president's calls, and that China in particular uses the tapped information to try and influence the US leader. President Trump has been quick to fire back. He tweeted, "The New York Times has a new fake story that now the Russians and Chinese, glad they finally added China, are listening to all of my calls on cell phones, except that I rarely use a cell phone, and when I do, it's government authorized. I like hard lines, just more made-up fake news." The article does appear to use misleading terms. For the first 15 paragraphs, it describes the president's cell phones as his iPhones, and only by paragraph 16, the paper clarifies that 2 of the phones are government-issued and have been modified by the NSA. The president often criticises the New York Times for its coverage and has called out numerous of their stories as fake news. This year, it's been 5 stories from March, April and August. In September, President Trump demanded for New York Times to reveal the name of the anonymous source who wrote an opinion piece where he or she claimed to work from within the administration to undermine the president. The identity of the author still remains unknown. But this time around, the president tweeted that he's actually glad the paper is throwing China into the mix. He's referring to New York Times' efforts to keep the narrative going on the accusations that the president and his associates have colluded with Russia to influence the 2016